and today we're reading The Pied Piper of Hamelin. Rats. They fought the dogs and killed the cats, and bit the babies in the cradles, and ate the cheeses out of the vats, and licked the soup from the cook's own ladles. There was no doubt that the people of Hamelin faced a very serious predicament. Their town was infested with rats, and the furry, beady eyed rodents had grown so aggressive that they had invaded the townspeople's cellars, their kitchens, and even their bedrooms. There wasn't a dwelling in town that wasn't teeming with rats. The people threatened to run the mayor out of town unless he did something about the problem. The mayor promised to eliminate the rats. He vowed to exterminate every rat in town. He blustered that not a rat would survive his assault. But what could he do? Nothing except organize meetings with his council to discuss various ways of solving the problem. And the unpleasant truth was that neither he nor anyone else had the faintest idea what to do. So here we're talking about the famous story of the Pied Piper. So in this fanciful story, we see the town of Hamelin has a problem. They're infested with rats. They are everywhere in everyone's homes and all the buildings. But the mayor promises to get rid of the rats. But he can't figure out what to do. Not yet. Suddenly, a man dressed in a most peculiar fashion appeared at the meeting. His quaint garments drew hostile stares and rude comments from the townspeople. His square long coat from heel to head was half of yellow and half of red. So this interesting new person comes in, and he's dressed in a very strange way. The stranger in the pied coat promised to rid the town of its rats by luring them away with the music from his pipe for a fee of 1,000 guilders. The mayor was jubilant and replied instantly that it was too paltry a sum for performing such an assignment. He promised to compensate the piper no less than the amount of 50,000 guilders. So this strange man says he's going to play his pipe, or could be like a recorder, a flute, or a fife, one of those instruments. And he says he will just ask for 1,000 guilders from the mayor. But the mayor says, no, that's too little. I will give you 50,000 guilders to do this. So everyone followed as the Pied Piper stepped into the street. He raised his pipe to his lips and commenced playing. Over the sound of the music, an unearthly noise could be heard. And the muttering grew to a grumbling, and the grumbling grew to a mighty rumbling. And out of the houses the rats came tumbling. Rats swarmed from the houses and into the streets, following the Pied Piper as he led them out of town while playing his tune. When they came to the river Weser, the rats plunged in and perished. So he started playing his pipe, right? And all the rats came out. They followed the sound of the music, and they followed the Pied Piper as he went out of town and to the river. And when they got to the river, they all jumped in the water and died. The people of Hamelin were most grateful to the Pied Piper and rang every bell in town to celebrate the occasion. But the mayor was now having a second thoughts about the payment he had promised. He convinced himself that he had been rash to offer 50,000 guilders. He now thought a mere 50 guilders would be more than sufficient. When the Pied Piper insisted on being paid in full, the mayor taunted him. You threaten us, fellow, do your worst, blow your pipe there till you burst. So the Pied Piper had done what he said he would do, but the mayor now thinks he doesn't want to pay him the money. So he doesn't pay him 50,000 guilders. He doesn't even pay him 1,000 guilders. He wants to pay him only 50 measly guilders. So the Pied Piper refuses, and the mayor taunts him even more. He says, oh, do your worst. What can you do? So, as his revenge, the Pied Piper led away all the village's children who were never seen or heard from again. So the mayor should not have been so greedy, right? He should have just paid him the money. And as a consequence of taunting the Pied Piper, he led all the children from the village away, and they were never seen again. Thank you for reading with me today. We have links that are related to each of our stories here. If you want the links related to this video, you can find it down in the description below.